Welcome to the informational session on House Bill 3020. This is Ashley Leto with the Women's Rights and Empowerment Network, and throughout this session, I will walk you through what House Bill 3020 does, where it is in the legislative process, and what you can do to help us stop it from becoming law. H 3020 is intended to ban abortion when a fetal heartbeat is detected. This can be as early as 6 weeks into a pregnancy. At 6 weeks, most people don't even know that they are pregnant. Many people who seek abortions face obstacles when getting care. Some of these obstacles can include finding a healthcare provider, securing childcare, finding transportation, and saving all the money that it takes to have the abortion. All of these obstacles create delays, and those delays can stop someone from getting the abortion that they want. With a ban so early in pregnancy, some people may find that it's too late for them to get an abortion, which is exactly the goal of the politicians trying to pass these bills. Let's be clear. This bill is intended to ban all abortions in the state of South Carolina. There have been other states who've passed this type of legislation. And recently, you have seen in the news Georgia, Alabama, Kentucky, Mississippi, Louisiana, Ohio, Illinois, Missouri, and North Dakota, all passing something similar to the 6-week abortion ban. Please note that though these bills have passed those legislatures, they are not effective law at this point. They are all being litigated throughout the court system. So where is H 3020 in the legislative process? This visual is intended to help us understand where it's at. First, the bill was pre-filed before the legislative session began. In South Carolina, we run on 2-year legislative cycles. This cycle began on January 2019 and will end in May of 2020. The bill passed the South Carolina House of Representatives in April of 2019. This passage was after what's known as a crossover date, which means a bill must pass its original body before that crossover date if it is to be discussed that year by the other body. Because the bill passed in April of 2019, we did not anticipate the bill coming through the South Carolina Senate until January of 2020. In an unprecedented move, the Senate leadership called on the subcommittee and full committee members of the South Carolina Senate Medical Affairs and asked them to move the bill forward outside of the regular session. Yet again, regular session runs from January through May each year. They take a break and then reconvene in the second January. So this fall, the bill passed through Senate subcommittee and full committee. And when they reconvened Senate session in January 2020, the bill was placed on the Senate floor. So now we know where the bill is at. Now what could happen next? Well, the bill is currently objected to on the Senate calendar by Senator Brad Hutto. That means it cannot come up for debate until one of two things happen. The objection can be removed, which we know that Senator Hutto, being a reproductive freedom champion, will not remove his name, or the bill can be placed on special order. So there are two ways for a bill to become on special order. One is through a Rules Committee motion, and the other is through a 2/3 vote. We know that if the bill receives special order, reproductive freedom champion senators will filibuster. A filibuster is where a senator will talk about the policy, put up amendments, and continue the debate for as long as possible. Now, to end a filibuster, the Senate must invoke what's known as cloture. Cloture is a parliamentary procedure that terminates the debate. Any amendments that are on the desk will be discussed, but there will be time limits. No additional amendments will be allowed to be placed on the desk. So when cloture is invoked, there will be an end to the debate at some point in the near future. So what does this mean for us? We need people to contact their senators and tell them to vote no on House Bill 3020. This bill is intended to ban almost all abortion in our state, and it is important that abortion remains safe and legal for any person when they want or need it. If there's a motion to put H 3020 on special order, we need to ask our senators to vote no on that special order motion. We know that the South Carolina Senate has other priorities and that this should not be deemed a priority of the state, which is what those special order slots are there for. And finally, if the bill is on special order, we're asking that the senators vote no on cloture. They shouldn't silence the voices of those who are protecting reproductive freedom. Thank you so much for watching this informational video. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to anybody on the WREN staff or our coalition partners. We hope that you take action against this bill and you join us on February 19th for a collective day of action for bodily autonomy.